And after since that time, nothing has been heard about Mr. Sunday Igboho. That is to say that Sunday Igboho is now totally free and a free man. According to the BNG, they report that the NIG government has not been able to implement anything concerning the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Yohamadike, one of Ndigbo, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. According to the BNG, that after the Supreme Court has given their judgment on the 15th of December 2023, referring the case to the Federal High Court, where the High Court are meant to look into the case of the terrorism charge that were referred against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. BNG, according to them, said they are aggrieved and angry because the Supreme Court has not released the original certificate copy of the case that will enable the Federal High Court to take up the case from there. According to them, that the Supreme Court have already faltered the constitution of the Federal Court. The Nigerian government have also reported that the increase in the citizens of Nigeria applying for foreign universities are part of the things that has contributed to the depreciation of Naira, financial experts narrate. Some financial experts in the country have attributed the current depreciation of the Nigerian Naira to the high demand for school fees abroad, among other contributing factors. Speaking with newsmen, the expert also called on Nigerians to shun foreign goods and prioritize local options to reduce the pressure of the Naira. Tajuddin Olayinka, who is the CEO of Warming Capital and Partners, said a rising patronage of quality locally made goods and purchases made in Nigeria products will strengthen the Naira. Well, I think I'm looking at what the CEO is saying, that will also help to strengthen the Naira. But the issue is, what is the federal government contributing in making sure that the Naira is stabilized? There are a lot of space in Nigeria where the government can build a crude oil factory, a refining factory. The youth in Nigeria lament over the increase of police arrests and harassment. The Nigerian police has also arrested officers for alleged transferring 3,000 United States dollars DT extortion in Rivers State. When contacted for further investigation, she declined to confirm how many policemen were arrested or if the victim had been contacted. The Rivers State Police Command have arrested and detained some of her officers for allegedly extorting 3,000 USD from a Port Harcourt resident. Earlier on Friday evening, a user on X, formerly known as Twitter, with the handle @HarrisonBB18 made a post saying, police officers attached to Rivers State Police Command left Port Harcourt to Abia State, arrested a man, took him to Rivers State, Bayelsa State, and entered Uyeli, Delta State. After paying 3,000 USD, they moved him back to Port Harcourt and dumped him. When contacted on Sunday, the command police relation officer, Grace Iringekoko, promised to revert with more information. Later, she confirmed the incident, saying the outcome would be public once an investigation was concluded. The 3,000 USD transferred to police officers' wallet. The police personnel have been identified and arrested while the investigation is in progress. My people, look at what is happening in this country. They say that police is your friend, but looking at the way things are going, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that police is not actually your friend, because things are changing in this nation. The police people are becoming unbecoming. If a policeman who is meant to protect a citizen would actually arrest that citizen, take him to an unknown destination, wipe out all the money in his account, and bring him back to another destination, I don't know what is the fate of this nation. I don't know what is the fate of the citizens of this nation, because I think fate of other people. Right now in Burkina Faso, another fresh coup attempt has been thwarted authorities. The spokesperson for the government of Burkina Faso denounced Thursday, January 18, what he called an umpteenth attempt at destabilizing the Sahelian nation. He said a coup attempt had been foiled and alleged coup plotters arrested, citing findings of preliminary investigation. Rintaba Jean Emmanuel Kwandago said the coup was scheduled to take place on January 14th. He added that a network of military officers, some retired, some active, as well civilians and activists conspired to destabilize the institution of Burkina Faso. The network alleged sought to target citizens, work bodies to sway the people's support for the ruling MPSR, Patriotic Movement for Safeguard and Restoration. Foreign funding was being unblocked for the accused to proceed with their plan. The statement further reads, an undisclosed number of people were detained for questioning, and technical analyses were carried out. The government spokesperson said intelligence services and defense forces were vigilant. It is the fourth coup attempt authorities in Burkina Faso have claimed to have thwarted since Captain Ibrahim Traoré took power by force in September 2022. This is what is currently happening in Burkina Faso. Of course, you know that Ibrahim Traoré took office in Burkina Faso in 2022, and since then, there have been other plots of coup in order to be able to remove him from the office. And this is why you see that things like military junta or military coup is not the way. I think that every nation and country should go back to democracy, because the democracy is the best way to be able to sort the things and other things that has been happening in the nation. In Liberia, the former president of Liberia, George Weah, who lost to Joseph Boakai, who was the vice president during the time of Ellen Johnson, has declared that he is not going to run again for presidency. Speaking to church congregants on Sunday near Monrovia, Weah stated he would be 63 in 6 years, and as his retirement age is 65, he has no plan to be active in politics beyond that age. He emphasized the need for time with his family and expressed gratitude to Liberians for his presidency, pledging to promote peace and prosperity in the country. Weah did not disclose his plan, but affirmed his party, the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, would remain a strong opposition. Currently, this is what is going on in Liberia, as Monrovia, the city of Liberia, the just defeated President George Weah, who is now former, who was defeated by Joseph Boakai, who was the vice president of Liberia during the time of Ellen Johnson, had declared openly that he is not going to run again for the office, that he will be retiring at the age of 65, and in the next 5 years, he will be 63 years, and he wouldn't want anything to do with politics at that time, because he will be needing some time to spend with his families. I think this is my first time coming across an African president in this recent Gen Z times that have decided to tread this particular part of peace. Meanwhile, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We'll collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Say they go kwechiri as this year team na kwechiri, no grief for anybody. And I saw people talk, and I saw these people talk, say they go kwechiri last, say they themselves, they no go grief for anybody wey be say he go stand on the way for them as it be. It don't share, according to the information on my table, the men of the Biafra militant has stopped all access from the men of the Cameroonian soldiers from accessing the area and angles of the pipeline within that particular environment. According to them, they say that that is their territory and they are going to protect it with the last drop of their blood. In Rivers State, big clash has erupted as two communities fight over land. The Rivers State Police Command has restored normalcy in Akpajo and Eleme communities in Eleme local government area of the state, following clash over land ownership. One person, an indigene of Eleme, was killed, while no fewer than 5 others were injured during the clash that occurred on Friday evening. Police Public Relations Officer in the state, Grace Iringe Koko, confirmed this in a short message sent to journalists in Port Harcourt on Saturday. Iringe Koko said upon getting the information, the Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, deployed tactical teams to the area to quell the situation. The message reads in part, "The command is aware of the situation and a full-scale investigation has commenced. Meanwhile, the CP has deployed tactical team to the area and normalcy has been restored." As a matter of fact, people are going about their lawful businesses and activities. This is what is happening currently in Rivers State between Eleme and the other part of that particular River State where there is a dispute due to land ownership, tussle for land ownership, and that is what many communities in Nigeria has been facing, because the youth and the young people in Nigeria and in this generation has resorted to selling land as a means of getting wealth quick, or quick way of making wealth, forgetting that had it been that their forefathers did not left that land there or did not leave that land there, there wouldn't have been any land for them to possess at this particular time. I think it's high time the nation starts doing what is called a kind of orientation, giving people orientation, because when these localists who survive with famine and the rest of them, and this is part of the thing that is causing hunger in Nigeria and in Africa at large, because people are now moving from what we used to know as Africans. Long time ago, Africans were great farmers. There was a time, if you are from the Igbo part, where a man boasts, you can only be acknowledged as a rich man as a result of how many tubers of yam in your yam bank on your yam barn, or how many goats, sheep that you are owning, including your houses and the rest. But as it is in this present time, the people have forgotten some of these things, and they have failed to understand that the world is going back to agriculture, and what is going to save the earth again is agriculture, because very soon crude oil will fizzle out and other things will fizzle out. People are now advancing, seeing how best they can manufacture electric cars, solar powered cars, and the rest of them. And when this invention comes into full existence, you will find out that things like crude oil might not be able to make any sense again, because it will not be as costly as it is in today's market. Why crude oil is as costly as it is in today's market is because almost all over the world, this is what people use. But as invention and advancement comes, I believe that crude oil in future is going to lose its value. Francis Ngogo and Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury's father, offers his verdict on heavyweight battle. Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngogo set to head to the ring to see who is the strongest man. Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngogo will collide in just under 2 months' time, and one man who knows how much a threat Ngogo possesses is John Fury. After watching his son, Tyson Fury, get dropped by the former UFC superstar before escaping with a narrow split decision victory, the elder Fury isn't quick to dismiss Ngogo's chance against Joshua. The bout, which takes place in Saudi Arabia on March 8th, will see Ngogo have his second professional boxing contest once again. He is a significant underdog. This is what we say when you hear words like he that is diligent in his field will stand before kings. Of course, you see that Francis Ngannou, also of that of African descent, will be standing face to face with Anthony Joshua. Of course, you know that Anthony Joshua has been a heavyweight champion when it comes to boxing, and Ngannou is stepping into the field. He's wiping away all his fears. Remember that the last time he faced what is his name, Tyson Fury, and knocked him out. The Nigeria Labour Congress has opened door that a negotiation is ongoing to resolve labor crisis in Kwara State. Kwara State government has engaged the leadership of the state chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) in a bid to beat the 14-day ultimatum issued to the government. The ultimatum expires on January 26, 2024, with a slim hope that the government will meet the over 20 demands of the labor movement in the state. Demands of the labor movement include, among others, the implementation of the 35,000 wage award for all categories of the state workers. The body is also demanding the domestication and implementation of the 40% peculiar allowance for workers across the state as approved and provided for workers in the federal government employment. Also on the list of the demands is the implementation of the consequential adjustment for pensioners and weighing in allowance for workers in the state-owned media houses. Daily Post gathered in Ilorin on Friday that the meeting between the labor movement and the government will continue on Monday, with a resolution expected by the NLC on Tuesday. Chairman of the NLC, Sahid Mutala Olayinka, in a chat with Daily Post in Ilorin on Friday, disclosed that he does not expect a holistic solution to the demand by the labor movement. He said at the last meeting with Mahi Abdulakaya, Chief of Staff to Governor Abdullahi Abdulaziz, the Finance Commissioner, among others, the labor movement laid down their grievances. We presented over 21 demands of workers in the state to the state government. On the basis of that, the state government promised to change its method of relating with the Nigeria Labour Congress leadership, assuring that the most critical of demand must be addressed in a bid to ensure that better things are done before the deadline of January 26, 2024. If nothing is forthcoming as promised by the government, we will remain resolute to defend all our demands in the interest of the workers in the state, he said. Daily Post learned that another meeting has been fixed before the expiration of the 14-day ultimatum. Authoritative source indicated that the next meeting on Tuesday will determine the NLC's next line of action. Currently, this is happening in Kwara State, where the NLC has given a 20 days ultimatum to the government of Kwara State, making some demands with regards to the workers in the state. And one of the demands is the 35,000 minimum wage as agreed by the Nigeria Labour Congress and the other party. But of course, you know that places like Canada, USA, you find out that those who are even working without certificate are earning like $11 per hour. That's the minimum wage, $11 per hour. And if you check $11 per hour, you find out that by the time you times 11 by 10, you find out that how much you'll be earning every day, and you compare it with what the Nigerian government and the Labour Congress is dragging for, just 35,000. And of course, you need to recall that the salary of these politicians, their daily allowance, their pocket allowance, their wardrobe allowance, and everything that that is connected to them is in millions. And I wonder, why will these allowances not be cut short? Because this is just one person, and the nation is languishing in poverty, while the politicians are jollying in affluent wealth. Meanwhile, I'll be winding down the curtain here, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news is dropping, you will be the first to collect it. Thank you for listening. God bless you.